basically I feel like therapy is so easy compared to my personal relationships. And so a lot of this is like, I mean, therapy is like a vacation for me. I get to put all my troubles down and all my relations down, and here's this person, and they're only going to stay an hour, and no matter how bad I do, they're going to go home and they're going to pay me. It's just a breeze. But where I learn the most is in my personal relationships. And I have really learned a lot there that I can then apply in therapy much more easily. So let me just reflect first. This really important point is, aren't you watering down your isn't your reaction, for Christ's sake, tell me something interesting for a change? And by the time I invite this person so kindly to say a little more, haven't I watered it down? And I say no. The point is, and it's in the close relations especially, that if we just say right out what we have there, what the person hears is something completely different, and usually the opposite, or close to the opposite, or something unrelated that may take you 3 months to discover what it even was. So don't say everything out straight if you want a relationship to work.
Is there a middle?
No, it isn't middle. It's you ask yourself what you're trying to say, and then when you get that straight, then you say to yourself, how the hell is this person whom I know so well for 35 years ever going to be able to hear that if I say it? See? And then you may wisely decide that there is no way that she's going to hear it that way. So why say it? You're going to be saying something else. Well, if you want to say something else, decide what else you want to say. Don't fool yourself into thinking that you're saying this when in fact what gets across is something else. And then I always use again my experience in Japan. When I'd give a lecture in Japan, I would say something funny and 3 people would laugh. Those are the 3 people who know English. Then the translator would translate it and nobody would laugh. So then I would wonder what he told them. But this is what our relationships are all like. You're getting a reaction to something you didn't say and would never say and probably have never thought or felt. Why do that? See, so my current formula is, if you want to express a whole lot of feelings, then pick one. And then don't say it. See, you all know what I mean, or you wouldn't be laughing. It's so nice. Say half of it, or 1/3 of it, or something like that. And then ask your close person to tell you what they thought you said. Okay? And then when you hear that, give yourself a whole minute or 2 to recover. Because it'll be just like a blow in the stomach. And you sort of have to recover. And you have to say, well, no, that isn't quite what I wanted to say. I see where you got that. Yeah, it's not that you're crazy or anything. I see where you got, I see how it could be put, but I didn't put that very well. And then try again with that little half, right? And then ask again. Now, can you tell me how that landed? I mean, if they know me and I'm a person who mirrors or reflects, then they're not willing to say back, say that back to me. So I have to find some other way to ask for that. So I say, well, tell me how that landed or how that felt. But really what I'm saying is, what do you think I said? Yeah. And then, okay, the same thing maybe 2 more times or something, until finally, actually, with all this in-between work that you do, they finally heard exactly what you said. And then my current rule is quit! Right there! Don't say another thing. Take your winnings home and live in that good warmth, because there is this moment of warmth when somebody really, really knows you and you really, really know them, and you have this moment of communication. Then just stay with that. No, the rest of the day will be good, and just enjoy that, because it isn't so important to communicate all the rest of what you had there. It's important to have a moment of contact, just like with him here. You know, if we had a moment where we could both sit and we were both together with what we just said, that's what we want. And in therapy, it's just a lot easier, that's all.
I think that's a good note, too.
Sure is.
Thank you, Alred.
Okay, thank you.